We are back, our special series on screen time, a topic we are very passionate about around here.
We're raging in the commercial. All right, it's an ongoing issue. It's going on in so many households. So here's the thing. About half of all children in the U.S. now get their first smartphone by the age of 11. Kids and teens receive an average of, get this, 237 notifications every single day. And nearly 70% of parents now say that screens and tech are, of course, distracting from family time.
So what can parents do about it? A lot of us are really beleaguered. The American Academy of Pediatrics is out with brand new guidance this morning, and it's offering ways to manage screen time for kids. It poses 5 essential questions and calls them the 5 C's. The first C is for child. Who is your child? How do they react to digital media? Then content. What is actually worth the attention of your child?
Here's another big one, that's calm. How do kids manage their emotions, especially around bedtime? Next up, crowding out. What does social media get in the way of? And the final C, of course, communication. How can you talk to your kids and build healthier relationships with their devices?
Dr. Jenny Verdesky is a pediatrician and co-director of the American Academy of Pediatrics Center of Excellence on Social Media and Youth Mental Health, here to explain the guidance. Doctor, good morning.
Hi. Morning.
So this is not hard and fast rules. These are subjects of discussion, I guess, that pediatricians should have with their parents and with their patients?
Yeah, this is a framework. We were asked by pediatricians and families to come up with easy-to-remember guidance that's informed by the research evidence, but is more nuanced than just the old 2-hour rule, right, which is our old way of thinking about screen time. So we distilled this guidance. You know, we're funded by SAMHSA, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. They wanted us to create resources that families can really use, where they can read this and say, oh, I know how to implement that in my day.
How does it work? Because I got to tell you, when I looked at those 5, I mean, I understand those are all 5 issues. I don't understand how that translates to my kid who's, you know, I only let screen time on the weekends, but they're begging me for it all the time.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Both kids.
Well, let's think about that begging, that kind of, you know, negotiation that we're all experiencing with our kids. So if we think about the first C, child, some kids are pretty chill about their media use. Others have that drive, like they just want it. It's so hard for them to shift away from it. It's hard for them to put it down. If you have a kid like that, or who might run anxious, might have ADHD, you might want to be more intentional about your guidelines and your boundaries around media use, or just use media that doesn't have all that sticky properties that want them to keep going and going and going. So that's where content comes in. If you find that you're battling more over kids watching YouTube or video games that are just filled with rewards, or a social media feed that's making them feel bad about themselves, then switch the content to something more positive, where maybe you watch together and you learn more from it.
I feel like most of it is not good. I feel like sometimes we liken it to, we talked about it being like cigarettes. Like you can only have a half a puff and that's not going to hurt you, so I'll give you just a little bit here and there. I mean, when you hear that kids are getting phones by 11 and you already see what's happening to kids, it's out there. Like you see what's happening to their brains, to their confidence, their anxiety levels. All of these things seem to be ratcheting up. So if you could wave a magic wand right now and say, this is what I would do with social media, what would you do?
Oh, I would make it designed around the way kids live and think, right? Right now, it's designed. Well, right now, it's designed to increase profits and ad views, right? So that means it's designed. Engineers.
Well, let's be clear. It's designed to addict.
It's designed to keep you on longer and have you come back again and again. So that's what parents are really kind of up against right now. If I could wave that magic wand, I know there's parents out there who are like, I need a phone to be able to communicate with my kids for pickups or when they're at their other parents' house. So we need more starter phones that just have texting, talking, maybe GPS and maps.
There are a lot of those out there now.
So that's what we should
And we need those to be affordable so that families aren't just handing down a smartphone and everything that it contains.
It's got to be more affordable than a $1,500 smartphone, right?
And teens tell us that smartphone, that first smartphone they got, it's like a Pandora's box. Like they didn't realize all that was in there if it doesn't have some restrictions on it. So if you do have a smartphone that your kid is using, we're recommending look at the Apple or Android settings and find ways to really kind of filter out who they can contact, what times of day.
What advice would you give? Because certainly during the pandemic, and I hear this from a lot of mom friends who've got kids who are a little bit older, who said, look, we kind of, during the pandemic, we had no choice. School was online. We gave in, we caved. And now the younger kid is like, oh, this one got it at 11, so I do too.
Right.
How do you message to your kid, I know it's not fair, but we know more now.
Yes, right. I think one thing is that during pandemic times, like, we were all super, super stressed. We didn't have a lot of options. Now, if you're a parent who has more options and you have a community that you can talk to and say, hey, can we all put the brakes on this a little bit and really talk about when we want that smartphone to be introduced and what our boundaries are going to be around it? That's one thing, because the peer pressure that kids feel is really, really hard. The second thing, if you're a family that feels like, I let loose during the pandemic and I cannot reel it back in, that's where crowding out really matters, because this is a strengths-based approach, okay? If we just say, put your phones down, what are you going to fill that time with? You need to have things your family loves to do that you want to crowd back in. So a lot of families say, oh, it's sleep. Like a parent up on TikTok, they're like, I need that sleep back. That's what you want to crowd back in. You may love cooking together. You may love walking your dog or other sort of silly games that you love to play. But as a family, you need to think about what those things are and say, I'm making time for that. This is me taking control, rather than feeling like that device is just taking up every minute of downtime.
It's a huge challenge, too, because let's be honest, it's harder to do that. It's so much
It
harder.
is a lot of work. That is the one thing I want parents to hear, is that this is really hard right now. We need regulations and better child-centered design so that this isn't such like pushing a boulder up a hill.
We need the schools to help us. Get some backbone.
Governments, tech industry. As the Surgeon General said, this is a multi-stakeholder thing, right? This isn't just parents who have this on their shoulders. So I want parents to see this new guidelines as not like a new checklist they need to do. Like raising kids isn't like working in a factory, right? It's more about riding the waves with kids and teaching them how to deal with the ups and downs. So if you have a framework that helps you make those decisions of, what does my kid need right now? Who are they? How do I help them become the best person they are? That is more.
Take it away. That's
that's what we want.
Or just ban it.
Or just say no, mom.
No, but I get it. It's true.
We
it's
get it.
I mean, saying no to your kid is so much harder than just saying yes.
Fine for 20 minutes.
What?
I know.
Yes goes fast, and no takes 30 minutes as they fight and complain.
But no is an investment.
It is.
Longer-term well-being.
Yes.
So,
okay. Oh, look, Al's like, I had a weather forecast. Is there any time left for you?
No.
Are you into it?
With my kids, I always start with no. You can always work to yes. But if you start with yes, you got nowhere to go. Start with no. No.
Got it.
The power of no. That's right. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.